Alright, hello. I am back. I didn't feel good yesterday, so it took me a week. But I'm going to do Frankenstein today. It's going to be the happy Halloween season. In the happy Halloween season, this is what we do. We draw stuff that goes bump in the night. Alright. Oh, hi, Cherry Blossom. I'm good. I just didn't feel good yesterday, and it took me a little break. But I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate whatever the universe gives me. I honestly do. So, but I'm getting ready to do Frankenstein. I got a new deck of tarot cards. But yeah, I feel better now. It was nothing huge. I'm in nursing, so I refuse to go to the hospital unless I'm dying. So I fix it all on my own. I don't I don't like doctors. It's crazy, but yeah, most people that are in medical hate doctors. Most doctors don't like are the same way because they're doctors, so you just fix yourself. But yeah, I already knew what I had to do and I just fixed myself up and I got little things around here that do the trick. I'm not paying $2,000 to go to the emergency room because those nurses are the most expensive of everything. They really are. They're bloodsuckers. But yeah, I got this new deck. It's a regular it's a study tarot with keywords. And I still have the Moon Oracle deck, but I figured I might as well give it a shot. I might have good luck with it. It was only $6 on Amazon, of course. If you go on the clearance haul, I got a shirt coming that it was only $9. So, and it was really cute. I thought it would look cute when I'm live streaming. I get most of all my stuff there because I have to go to. I figure my most important thing is going to work, and then coming home and then trying to get over here so I could do my little sketching for Halloween. Because it's my favorite holiday. It's when the veil opens up. And when that veil opens up, the veil, I mean, nothing to be scared about, but when the veil opens up, that's when things go bump in the night could come out. So you got to be prepared. Don't have all kinds of negative energy around you around this time because that's mainly what they're doing. But I did find this amazing sketch of Frankenstein, and it's a face sketch, and I'm doing good with my face sketching. So I'm happy about that. I'm starting with this shirt down here because I figured this would be nice as I have a lot of stuff to do. I got to start on my Halloween decorations and things like that. And why not? What's the best time to do your face drawings but sketching for the holidays? And everybody wants a nice decoration for their door. They really do. So I promised all these people one, so I got from now to October 31st to get a lot of these done. And I don't know if this one turns out good, I might keep it for my own door. Not sure. Alright. Okay, his chin starts here. I'm going to go bottom up with this because I feel it's easier when you're doing faces because It gives you a little bit of wiggle room because I don't care how good you are at sketching, it doesn't turn out good if your dimensions aren't right. Oh, well, thank you. I try. I actually, I never think that I'm great because I feel if the minute you think that you're great and you're not humble, that's when things kind of, the shit hits the fan in your life. You should never think you're better than anybody else. You should never think your sketches are better. I do this great. I do that great. I feel that's where a lot of celebrities and different people, they get this image where people just stop not liking them as much. So I am just a humble person and I just do my thing. And I'm happy to wake up alive every day, honestly. Oh, hello, Crystal. How are you? Yeah, because I feel that if you're not humbled in this world, the universe has a way of humbling you. Even if you're super famous, they'll cause problems in your life. Because we're not meant to go around and be fancy and belittle others. We really aren't. In this life, we're all supposed to gather together and be empowering each other. I seen a lot of this when I died. And I never was one of these people that did this. I'm shading out this way, and I figure when and I have better luck. I'm doing the inward shading where it's all coming this way. And I like to shade around the edges, especially if you're going to do pastels, because this is just the best way to do it. Because when you do the pastels, you can still see the shadings of everything you did. You really can. Alright. Alright, I'm just going to shade this down here because I really don't want it to be so uniform. Shading is so important, it really is. If you don't shade good, it'll make your whole piece look like crap. And I do mean crap. It sure will. I can't express enough about shading. See, I just got, and this is all shading. I got this with his little chin over here. And I'm doing all this before I even get to the little screws that obviously go with Mr. Frankenstein. Because this is like one of my favorite books too. I read this when I was younger. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It is a very good book. Dracula, that's another good book. And folks, Dracula is not, it is a real person, but he wasn't actually a real vampire. There is no such thing as vampires, folks. I will tell you that. I've heard about these energy vampires. Now, maybe it is. Somebody just gave me this, and I said, why not? But maybe it is an A for Aries, since I am an Aries. But yeah, I've heard about the energy vampires from a lot of people. I haven't actually seen these energy vampires. Things like that seem to gravitate away from me. They don't like me. And these energy vampires just, they won't speak to me. So I don't know enough about these energy vampires to speak upon them. Maybe the Aries energy runs them away. I don't know. Or just because I speak in truth. Because once you died and seen the fires of hell and both and heaven, if you want to call it that, It kind of defines you. It really does. Oh, well, thank you. They really do. Because it really, I know everybody fears death, but it really isn't the biggest deal in the world. Because we are meant to come back. I was here before, I've been here in many lifetimes, and I'm going to be here in other lifetimes. It's just the way it is. And you find this out when you die. You absolutely do. Alright, his face is kind of wrinkled. He really needs hemp oil or something. But he was dead and brought back by a mad scientist, so I'm gonna start drawing the wrinkles in. You don't want to come back. Come back where? I thought we were friends. And it's gonna be Halloween soon. The fun season. Oh, to this planet. Well, the thing is there's other dimensions. This planet really exists on one plane. I believe we're in a black hole, in an interdimensional thing. That's what I think. But I could be wrong. Stephen Hawking thought the same thing also. I believe we are interdimensional already. And I believe that, we are in a sense, we are dead in a sense, and we really, really are. So, I don't really think this is a planet. I think our planet has many multi universes, and depending on what you do, you have different outcomes that come. Like if you were one of these people that did mass murderers, there's probably a part. Honestly, I haven't seen that part because I don't do a lot of bad things, but there is that planet too. I've seen that when I died, and it literally is just where you see why you shouldn't murder a bunch of people. And that's about all it does. It just shows you your wrongs and your rights. Me, I'm just a happy soul I'm just happy what life gives me. And I've noticed that the universe is like your parent. If they give you certain blessings, you're literally meant to embrace it, because if you don't, it angers them. So I don't try to anger anybody. I try to just be happy and go about my day. And when I did die, my 3 times on this level of existence, I came right back. Because if the universe likes you, the universe is kind to you. If you've done a lot of shitty things, the universe isn't that kind to you. Sometimes bad things can happen to you. You get real sick, sometimes you don't come back. And this is how it does it. I don't know if there's any real God. I have seen, I like to call it the black hole. I think we're in a black hole, personally, synthesized souls, but that's just me. Because when I died, it felt like I was in a black hole. And you gravitate towards the light and get judged. And you know what? There's no really going around anything. There really isn't. You just gotta embrace whatever it wants to give you. I'm trying to make Frankenstein's nose now. I just try to do decent things because humanity is the key. If you're dark or you're light. Because if you're dark, you're more of a protector. If you're light, you're more of a bringer of the truth. And if you have any, and everybody is either one or the other or both. And if you don't use the stuff they gave you when you were born to try to learn your lesson, You just keep coming back over and over again with the same lesson to learn. And that's just how that goes. And the thing is maybe I don't want to learn the same lesson again. I mean, I get it. We're supposed to be nice. So, really all the universe wants you to do is behave, just like your parents. All right, I gotta do these nostrils now. So it's really, if you just take your time going bottom up, you can make faces really nice. You really can. And just shade out the stuff because this is where the game time happens. It's like the final touchdown. It really is. You gotta make sure in your final things of the football game that you got all your P's and Q's and you're doing good. Alright. The nostrils gotta be a little bit dark here. I mean, who needs AI? AI thinks it's better than humans? I don't think so. I think we're just being lazy as humans. I really do. I think we could do better. Alright. Alright, now got the outer layer here we're going to do. This nose has a lot of detail. It really does. It flares out a little bit this way. Kind of want to go with the natural grooves here. Alright, I got this so far. So, kind of got to go it over that way. Alright, now I'm going to move on with the face. I'm going to go the bottom part. Alright, I'm going to actually, it looks like crap here, so there's a little ridge here because his face is wrinkly. This poor guy with his wrinkly face. He really needs to go see a spa. Or, I don't know, or just get some good skincare. They pieced him together, brought him back from the dead, and I'm sure he would like to look good. That's all I'm saying. These are the random things that come into my head when I see things. Alright, now when this goes here, I'm going to connect all these lines here nicely. I'm going to go down this way. I kept promising people I was going to get this done. And I always have a bunch of stuff because my dog has to go on these epic walks. He had me on an epic walk today. I didn't even feel like going on a long dog walk, but he has me going on them. See, I just try to get honing in on these details. It's so important to get these damn details in. If you don't get these details in, it kills your sketch. Kills it. And it's okay to do shading and reinforce some of your shading because once you start with the pastels, it kind of covers up a little bit of it. So you wanna once you get it the way you want to darken up some of these areas even. Because this is only one layer. There's some people at my apartment. Hopefully I get this house soon. I've been blackmailing lawyers. I'm tired of lawyers. All they do is they want to flex their power, their pretend power. They have all this false information just because my stupid sister-in-law, my stupid sister's husband's a lawyer. And He apparently doesn't like my dad, which was apparent. He literally thought he could just run the show with all this. I done kicked him off the case, got myself on the case from another lawyer that had a little bit of humanity. Now I got them going to the VA, and I have my dad's ashes. Dang! I told her I will not sign for the selling of my dad's house until my dad's ashes are in her office with the spare key. And I have a feeling everybody keeps telling me he has the ashes. I don't have a feeling he has them. See how I reinforce that it looks better. So I just been arguing and blackmailing. Sometimes in life, to expose truth, this is what you need to do. You can't let people think that you're a doormat. And I am sure not a doormat. I will literally hurt your existence if you're hurting me and things that I love. And this is God's honest truth because I'm not dealing with him. All he does is my son, I don't speak to him directly, but my son said that he's nasty to him whenever he tries to talk to him. I have my son talking to him, and I do that strategically because it gives me a witness. And they don't even realize it that I'm collecting witnesses. This is what I do. Because if you're going to expose truth, you got to have witnesses. So I got my older son as a witness now. So now the more this goes, the more people got to be truthful. And lawyers do not like to be truthful. I will tell you that. They are the most there's a couple. There's the one lawyer that worked for free for $1,000 for me because just because they didn't want to even tell, they said I died. This is what they did. And obviously I'm not dead, so. Alright, now this ear is shaded out this way. So I got all these people on blackmailing. And they think I don't know things, and I do. So I let them think what they wanted for a second. But I really am plotting. I could be a dangerous person when I'm plotting. I really can be. Alright, now we'll get his hair. This was actually, starting this on the end was the best idea ever. I don't know, I might keep Frankenstein. I think this might end up pretty damn good. Mr. Frankenstein. I got this so far. His head's gonna be all the way up there. But yeah, this is what I've been doing. And I think since my dad was a seasoned warrior and training warriors and was in the military for so long, it's killing my I don't know what you call him, my brother-in-law or whatever. It's killing him because he can't have because he's not the blood heir. I'm my dad's only blood heir, and this is how the military gives out its money. Not to people that aren't blood heirs. So I'm winning this battle. And I just don't care. Whatever he did between him and my dad, his soul's not passing, just like my mom's isn't. So he could deal with my dad. I don't care. And then everybody's telling me that all these people died in this house. Because everybody involved in this whole situation has died single-handedly in this house. And everybody goes, aren't you afraid to move in this house? And then I was talking to my one friend, Pedrick, and he just said maybe maybe if the right people move in, it'll be better. I think I'll be fine in the house. I think maybe the fact that my sister-in-law died of cancer in the house, and then after that, well, it was first her mother that died of cancer in the house, and then my sister-in-law died in the house of cancer. Well, my stepsister, and after that, her son went to Iraq, came back, and he killed himself from PTSD in the same spot that his mom and grandma died in the house. I guess this is the haunting. Why no one really wants to deal with this house. I don't have a problem with houses that are haunted. I don't. I think I'd be okay in this house. I really do. I'm just making his hair. But I'm kind of excited about it. Maybe it'll almost be like Amityville horror type thing. I've done demon extractions from houses. I'm not worried about it. I know it sounds crazy, and my friends think I'm gonna be like murdered, but I don't. I have never had a problem with these kind of houses ever. And I used to always do these things for people that were being haunted, and the demons went away. The one, I'll share you my one job. I'll tell you, it was 10 years ago. There was a demon that was haunting her for like, I don't know, like 20 years. She couldn't have sex with her husband or nothing. It was terrible. Her husband begged me if I could help somehow. So I went over there with my sage, and sometimes the right words come to me. And yeah, the demon did come out, but I don't fear these things because, I mean, who are they? They're just some negative energy that needs good energy to reside in this world. And if you can't have your own energy to rely on, you got to rely on others' energy. How powerful are you really? That's the thing. So I'm in this house doing all this stuff, and then the demon was fucking with me a little bit. I wasn't afraid. I don't care about these things. But I got my crystals out, and she showed me the areas in the house, and I cleansed it, and it never came back. And then she ended up getting me a pack of cigarettes and some apple pie moonshine. As I never take money for these kind of things that I do. So it was funny because at that point, I smoked Marlboro menthols. I don't know more because I don't know. I decided to be healthy and quit. Sometimes I do miss cigarettes, though. I do vape, but I do slow down with vaping, and everybody now tells me that they're afraid I'm going to die because I vape. I mean, it's crazy. I'm just tired of everybody worrying about me dying all the time. But, but yeah, I think I'll be okay in this house. Things like this just don't bother me like that. But I guess my friend Sarah told me that her mom and her dad are happy. She's able to have sex with her husband, and the demon has not come back. I mean, I just tell them where to go and how to go and do it. And I just make them leave because if there's an entity in your house that's not meant to be there, if you don't fear them, they don't belong. You can exhume them. It's not really that hard. People make it out more than it is. But I got so drunk So drunk on that moonshine. Because I was drained after that job. Drained. All right, I got his hair done. But yeah, that job literally drained my ass. It was terrible, but I ended up drinking. And it came right from West Virginia. And man, do they make good moonshine? Was it illegal? Yes, it was. But did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. Because it is a very against the law here to make your own moonshine. But you know what? It wasn't, I didn't make it. And I do give a shout out to these moonshiners because if you can make moonshine, especially for yourself, why buy it? This is the way of the South. A lot of my family comes from the South. So I'm okay with this kind of practice. They come from the hills, though. Some of my family members are just downright scary. They really are. You don't mess with the South. The South they can have attitude. They really can. And they're really tough people. But these are my origins, and I'm okay with it. Alright, now I'm just going to shade in here. I'm going to shade the lines going up nice. Because the eyes I want to do last. And I'm doing these lines so they're all coming up a little. Because you want to make whatever you're doing look nice. You don't want it to look like crap. It's like, why do that? Alright, you gotta have this definition down here. And, go ahead and keep sharpening your pencil too. I feel it's better to start with pencil just to get everything organized before you get other stuff going. I feel that this is your base when you do things with pencil. And I could see why Disney did everything with a pencil first. He was famous for this. He really was. I've been to Walt Disney World a lot. I'm getting ready to go to Walt Disney World again once I get this money from the house. Because why not? I mean, who knows how long Disney is going to be around, but I'm going to get all my Disney fun in. All right, see, now we got all the definition of the face. Now we're going to work on these eyes. If you kind of work in a uniform fashion with this, it's not bad. All right, right on the bridge of his nose is where this kind of starts. And the eyes, you want to get them positioned. It's like a third of the way down this way. So, and you got to get good positioning. This is where eyes and these kind of features get really complicated because people don't take the time to measure this up nice. Because that's what you want to do is measure this out. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna bring this out more like this. We're gonna bridge the nose out more like that. Take this out. This is why it's good to use pencil. And it's good to start with anime, starting with your faces. It is. Anime, I think, is like the best practice in the world for faces. This is how I like to practice my faces, is with anime characters and stuff. So if you was to do a picture of, try to sculpt a picture of something, you want to do, it's the easy base. All right, and then you shade the top there. And we got that. We're getting ready to get these eyes in. Oh, I don't know about this. I gotta look up Jackson Pollock. I'm kind of new to this drawing business. I'm a writer. That's why I get so excited about the shorts. I think on YouTube I get more excited about putting out shorts because I can use any music I want. And when I was on Facebook all the time, I had a lot of limitations of what I could use. That's all they did is put limitations on me, and I hate having limitations. It drives me crazy. Hate it. I'm a free soul. I don't like to be bothered. I don't like people telling me what to do. This is why I could never be in the military. My dad begged me to be in the military. He said that I would be great in the military. I just told him, no way, Jose. That's all I said. I said I would probably get thrown out. And then my dad's like, you wouldn't get thrown out. And I said, oh, I would. Because I can't take when people lie to you and they say this is what we believe, do it. Even if it's not right. And this is like a lot of times what the military does. And I get it that we do need our military. I get that. But does it always have to be based on lies? That's what my thing is. But my dad said you just kind of go with it and they have good benefits and this and that, but I did not go with the military. Oh, how you doing? Because I feel they lie about everything on YouTube. They're always getting exposed for some crap all the time. Because that's what they do. There could be a league. It's almost like they're a legal mob. And how are you supposed to investigate someone that has all the power? You can't. They can cover up their own mistakes because there's nobody to fact check them. It's just the anomaly. That's why I trust my own instincts. I don't like things I don't trust or you can't control. And that's what people do. They cover up things, they lie. I guess it's a part of existence now, but I refuse to give in to it because I don't think it's of natural law. And I'm okay with things like that not being in my scope because I am not a sheep. I am a leader. I made that conscious decision years ago that I was never going to be a sheep. And I won't. I refuse to be a sheep. Because you always have that option in life. You could be a sheep absentmindedly and go through life and not have your own mind, or you can have your own opinions and not be a sheep. Because to have other people control you is terrible. It really is. And to sit there and not be able to investigate something someone says or not having the power to do that. When my son, I was arguing with military people when my son got in the military. I was arguing like hell because we went all the way to Chicago. I spent all this money to get there and we were going out to eat. And anyways, we're getting ready to go out to, it was Buffalo Wild Wings. We're going to go there. And then they told me he had to guard papers and he was their property and he signed the papers. And I about flipped a lid And this, I was literally arguing with a sergeant. And then he literally, my husband at the time, he just told my husband at the time, you know, I can have your wife arrested. And somehow they, I don't know, talked it out. And we ended up leaving peacefully. And he got excused from guarding the papers because my husband must have told him I wasn't going to stop. And I wouldn't have stopped because that's not my nature. Not at all. I'm brutally honest and sometimes I just don't care. And I guess I could have technically been arrested, but I didn't. My son was scared for me. I was like, I don't know why everybody's scared of this a hole, but I did not get arrested. We did go to Buffalo but Wild Wings. And I told this man, I was like, that paperwork will live another day, and nobody cares enough about the paperwork for a day. And he literally was giving me like the evil eye the entire time. But what are you going to do? But that was my adventure. And Chicago is very expensive for some damn reason. I don't know why. At the time I smoked, and it was, God, my son's like in his 30s, so it was like, I don't know, a couple of years ago. God, more than a couple, like, this was 10 years ago. One pack of cigarettes was $10, American currency. Almost 11, like with taxes and stuff in this Orange County, where they have the ceremonies, and then he's sitting there twirling guns. I called them baton twirlers, and he was just like, and then my son after the ceremony was like, "Mom, I'm not a baton twirler; they're guns." But that's what they do for the initiation ceremony. They honestly, this is what they do. It was a nice ceremony. I liked the baton twirling, but then my son did not like that I called it baton twirling, but he did a good job. Back in the day, I was a majorette and I did some baton twirling. So, but here we go. Here is Frankenstein. He has a I guess since he was put together from dead parts. I'm gonna take a picture of this. All right. And I am doing tarot card readings if you want to have one done. Every day I don't need a tarot card reading. Life is life. Now, let me get a good thing for a good picture of this. Without a bunch of shadows. Alright, here we go. Let me make sure that turned out good before I start the pastels now. One of my Google photos. I love Google. Google is awesome. And then now this turned out good. I'll be posting this. I did a Chong the dog bark talk. They're actually really popular over on TikTok. I got a couple people that liked it over there. I don't do a whole lot of videos because I'm not trying to be a superstar for TikTok because sometimes they scare me over there. Someone younger than me. I told her how I feel that I want to date her, so I'm waiting now. Oh, hey, all you could do is wait, friend. That's it. But I wish you luck. What she? I'm sure she might say yes. What's the harm in finding out? It's not like you guys are running out and get married or anything. That's the thing with some people just get too involved in things. They really do. I think they do. But thank you for the doing a good job. It's a good job one. But yeah, she might. Do you know her personally? Like, are you guys? Do you hang out like in a friend circle? I'm seeing if I have a green in here. No, the shovels. But do you guys? Oh, online only. Okay. Do you know where she lives and stuff? Because that might be kind of hard trying to get a hold of someone online to date them. I know it's a thing now. I mean, I was born in 1974, so I was in the 80s. I was just cruising around, listening to Green Day, and living my best life. I don't know a lot about how the world goes these days. Oh, okay, Europe. Oh, I always want to visit Europe. I think Europe is. I hear a lot of good things about it, and it's very interesting. Maybe one day if I become a decent YouTuber, because I do see some of these YouTubers and they really do put me to shame. They got millions of subscriptions, it seems. And that one guy that goes to all the different countries and stuff, he does in for like tourist attractions. My husband watches them. I don't know if I could ever be that YouTuber. I'm grungy, friends. I really am grungy. If I did, by some miracle, a god, achieve that level, I would have the grungiest video ever. And I do mean the grungiest. I had several tarot readings the past few weeks about my soulmate. I'm doing a research, and Europe is where all my soulmates are located. And I'm stuck in the USA. Oh, you are in the USA. Oh, okay. So where at? What country in the US? I'm in Ohio. Maybe we're neighbors. Who knows? Maybe one day if my grungy live streaming gets there, you could be a co-host to try to help me. Because I'm sure there'll be problems when I start live streaming big time. Oh, you're in Florida. Yeah, I was there. I'm always going to Disney World. I love Florida. The thing about soulmates, it's not always one thing, and I get it that you might have several in Europe, but you can have some in the US too. Your soulmates can flip because we're multi-dimensional. We really are. I'm just starting the green part. We're multi-dimensional, so you can have a flip and shift in this kind of activity also. You really can. You don't have to just because they say all your soulmates are in one. That's their things switch. Well, you got to be a little patient. I know it's hard when you want to be in love and stuff, and you feel the love bug, but when the universe wants to give you somebody, it's usually time for you to have a kid. I didn't find anybody till it was time for me to have children. I was just a carefree spirit going on, and I mean, back then we used to smoke weed in the car, drive around, and the cops really never said nothing. You can go down the park and just smoke weed and no one cared. It was crazy times, but I never found anybody until it was time where the universe wanted me to have kids. So, for whatever reason, you might just be not, it might not be your time to have children right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because when you do, some people are only meant to have one child, some people are meant to have several. Instead of going in circles, I'm kind of doing the abstracting, kind of like you synthesize souls. But yeah, I'm just kind of going over this way. I find that sometimes I think this portrait like way of doing stuff is nice. But if you think about something all the time, and I have done it, like my mom used to tell me, a watch pot never boils. Sometimes if you do good things and you protect enough people and you're always out doing good things, that's when they come to you, these good things. And sometimes that's what happens. You might just meet someone in Florida randomly and really vibe with that, because love is something that nobody can really predict. It's like a hurricane going through Florida. That's what love is. And it's hard to predict such things. I mean, you may have some soulmates in Europe, but you may have one now that's just not ready for you yet. Maybe they're going through a divorce. There could be a lot of things. You had three hurricanes? I didn't even realize that Florida had three hurricanes this year. I love watching hurricanes. I know it's terrible because I am not in Hurricane Valley, and I feel really bad for you guys when these hurricanes hit you. But I'm one of these crazy people tracking these hurricanes, fascinated about all the destruction it does. And I know it's wrong for me to feel this way because these hurricanes you guys get are terrible. And I worry about Disney, but I was one of the last hurricane when I was doing some like research stuff, there was an alligator. And I guess there was a lady and her husband, and the alligator ended up eating her husband. It was like after the hurricane because the water raised so high. I was like, damn, I felt bad. So it was Helen, Adelia. Oh, wow. How do you survive all those hurricanes over there? I love Florida. I love to visit Florida, but I don't know how you guys survive them all year round. I was thinking about getting a house in Florida one day, but I don't know if I could survive all that. Those things could be really nasty. They really can. I don't know. It just I don't know. Ohio. I know that they everybody kind of pokes fun at Ohio because like a farmer state type thing, but it's a lot safer for weather. It really is. We do have some hurricanes and stuff, but we don't even have hurricanes, but we do have some tornadoes. I mean, we are in Tornado Alley, but they just touch down briefly and then they're done. And usually they're downspouts and stuff like that. But that's kind of scary. All right, I flared out on Mr. Frankenstein. I want to do something with the face. Maybe I'll just reinforce it with something else. Maybe the pencil. I don't want to give up these good features I got going on here. So I'm just gonna reinforce these eyes and stuff with the pencil. But you know what the coolest thing Synthesized Souls about Florida is? Disney World. Oh my god. You guys get to go there for real cheap. If you're a Florida resident, Disney World is I know last time my ex husband was like saying they wish they knew someone in Florida because we could have got our tickets so much cheaper. That's where you guys really luck out being that close to Epcot and all that. You could just go there whenever you want. Oh my God. If you guys, I mean, have bad luck for hurricanes, but good luck with having Disney there. It really is the happiest place on earth. I mean, I wouldn't mind visiting another country, but I think I would always miss going to Disney World at the same time. So I don't know if I'd want to live in another country. Visit, yeah, but I don't know. To me, I'm a Disney junkie. Love Disney. Some of my favorite sketchings to do are Disney sketches. Yeah, I'm reinforcing some of these as I'm really not trying to have any more pastels covering up my good details in Mr. Frankenstein. I don't even think I'm going to put Happy Halloween on this one. I feel that it would take the integrity of my sketch away. And this is the fun thing about pencil. So whereabouts in Florida do you live? Oh, well, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you and humanity and dogs and everything else. Thanks you because I'm just drawing for humanity. There's a lot of vicious things in this world going on. And a lot of them, friend, are inhumane. A lot of them. And it's terrible. People, dogs are being abused, all kinds of things. We're about happiness and humanity. And this is why I do a lot of this stuff. Oh, yes, it is nice to have it. And it's not even about me. My dog, only can go so far now. I did like 7, 8 shorts and I got my little writing thing in there. Like I did some clever sayings on there. But my dog only goes so far. Dogs can't draw and stuff. So I'm trying to draw for the sake of humanity and dogs hopefully having a safe houses. And I do want to say too that dogs are a lot like us. They really are. And if you do have a dog, what I would suggest, I know the biggest thing everybody complains about with dogs is their poop. And they get so upset when they poop in their house and this and that. I have puppy pads. Even though my dog is 3 years old, Mr. Chong, I put puppy pads down when I go to work because I'm gone for 12 hours. And you can't be stressed out about this poop because if they got to hold their poop for a long time, they can have problems with their bladder and stuff. And the thing is go get like those shitty little medium bags. Like at work, we have those little clear bags, or you can go to dollar store and just get these Shitty little bags. And don't get the tiniest ones. Try to get ones that are a little bit, And then I got a diaper genie. Because right now I'm living in an apartment until I get through with these lawyers I'm blackmailing. But, anyways, take this diaper genie. And if you don't feel like going outside, even if you have a house and at that time you don't feel like dealing with going out, don't. Go put it in your diaper genie. That's what I do. When Chong wants to poop at 12 o'clock at night and there's animals out there, because we got coyotes where I live. And the coyotes sometimes are relentless around here. They eat cats and just different things. I was at work and they were over there sounding like dogs at work, and I heard them. I heard one sound like a dog in distress and made me want to run out to the woods when I was at work. And then one of my residents told me it's probably a coyote. So the thing is before you get a dog, just tell yourself, put yourself in that dog's shoes. Put yourself in their place. I mean, you literally are adopted by this human that comes over and they make kissy faces and everything at you, and then you gotta poop. You gotta take a big shit. You don't want to make anyone angry, but you're confused. They were gone a long time. So have a little setup where your dog could do that, and you'll have a good copacetic relationship with your dog. Because me and Sean got a good relationship. Because if you get a poop, he already has a little setup. I just pick it up. I was told this by my friend that has purebred German Shepherds. And she says she just picks it up. She doesn't bitch at her dog or nothing. Sasha doesn't get bitched at. If Sasha has to go to the bathroom, she just goes. Chong holds it as much as he can, but do you really want your dog's bladder getting messed up? Because sometimes they get these prolonged problems and they don't live as long. I want my dog to have the healthiest life he can. If you gotta at 2 in the morning, if he gotta go to the bathroom, he gotta go to the bathroom. So hi Karan. You have 8 puppets right now. I'm playing every 2 hours. Oh, you mean puppies? Oh yeah, Chong used to eat my shoes. He just stopped eating my shoes. I had to put away up my shoes for the longest time. Puppy proofing your house is almost like baby proofing your house. I'm just taking this over some of my pastel work. Now it's finally done. Put that over the pastel and redid it. Now we got Frankenstein. Oh, you're good. I figured it was. But yeah, I mean, honestly, people, they have all these issues. They're beating the crap out of their dogs because they just don't have any patience. And they don't realize that, dogs are kindred souls. And yeah, they got to poop and pee just like we do. If they eat, they got to poop. And a lot of owners have problems with this. And I made this portrait, I draped everything around it. And we got one thing for Halloween. I know you want to know here, Karan, something about your love life. Oh, okay, you just want a general reading. All right. Oh, you're near Orlando. Okay. Yeah, I've been in Orlando like 6 times. I've been to Disney. When I went to SeaWorld Synthesized Souls, that was the day the that one trainer got eaten by Shamu. They were gonna take my camera from me, Synthesized Souls, so it was messed up. My husband's, oh, they're gonna take your camera. I was, I hid that shit. I mean, I got her going under the water a little bit, but they shoot us out is when that lady was, and then we got a full refund after the orca whale. And then after that, Blackfish came out. That movie, it was crazy, crazy times. But by the time the the Shamu ate that lady trainer, we already had like days and days in Orlando, and then we went on a helicopter ride out there. Orlando is amazing. I was thinking about buying the houses right near Disney. That they were cool. I might get like maybe if I ever was blessed enough with enough money, like get a house there and keep a house in Ohio. I like living in my hick town where it's safe. I don't know if I'm built for hurricanes. Maybe just a vacation home out there next to Disney, and then get insurance over on my house, and then if it gets wet, it gets wet. So let me do a general reading for my friend Karan. Karan's the one reason I might want to visit India. My friend, and I'm using my new deck. It's a regular tarot card deck, but I mean, I used to use this back in the day, and I figured why not? Why not go back and try something new? All right, your central energy is in. Is it real small? Okay, one. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God, your central energy is in the Wheel of Fortune. You are a lucky duck. This talks about Quran, a turning point, good luck, opportunity, expansion, and a generosity and change, a movement and balance. Man, that's a good field to be in. I'm happy for you. And you're surrounded by the world. And this just talks about, and these are the things around your Wheel of Fortune. And this is achievement, wholeness, travel, fulfillment, integration, glory, balance, infinity, and eternity. This is surrounding you too. I think God loves you. And then you got judgment around you also. It's not always a bad card if you're a good person. If you're a bad person doing shitty things, this could be a bad card. Alright, this is about awakening, judgment, outcome, accountability, forgiveness, renewal, redemption, and transformation. There is some forgiveness I am picking up in your field. There's someone around you, Karan, that has done you shitty, and a lot of this energy is not going to kind of go where it needs to be until you're fully able to forgive everything in these negative situations. But you got a really good reading for September. You know how I do it, Karan, is even though somebody was really, really horrible to you, just think about it's only right with the universe to balance out your energy back to positiveness. So, somebody that was not nice to you, all the maybe I feel could be a lover or something. Just let all your negative energy out, all of it, and forgive anybody that was mean to you when you have a Wheel of Fortune. I'm just picking up, when I did your reading, I just picked up a lot of financial stuff starting to open up for you and things of that sort. That's what I did. But if anybody comes by that has done you wrong and just pops out of nowhere, just forgive them, let it go, because don't let that negative energy surround you. Because people that do people wrong, karma gets them, and it hits full frontal. I don't even lift a finger, and I'm torturing my dead stepsister's husband. And honestly, I'm not even angry at him no more. When these situations hit and something happens, just let it go. Someone's mean to you, just let it go and just say you'll pray for them or you'll wish something. If you're not a prayer, that's fine. Not everybody prays, but just think good thoughts, because praying is only a state of mind. Next time you down here, try. Oh, I have been to medieval times. I had pictures from with me and the kids at medieval times. I did go to medieval times, and I seen the tournament and all the people that was all those guys and the horses and stuff. Yeah, my ex-husband, that was like one of the places he had to go visit. So yeah. Yeah, we were there. I got the picture of medieval times somewhere. It's in one of my boxes. But yeah, me and the kids went there. We took a bunch of pictures there. Medieval times is awesome. Even I like they even have medieval artifacts in that museum next to it. Yeah, you can, Karan. You want to know about your future spouse. I can tell you about a future life mate, but it's kind of a crapshoot if you get married or not, because the universe, I guess they see it's silly that we get married on contracts. They really do, because some people you're meant to be with and they break you up on purpose. And they don't, I don't, the universe doesn't like marriage or contracts. They don't. It works out for us in the human world sometimes if you have kids, but it's easy to get married, but it's a bitch to get divorced. It really is. It's like, I don't know, it's like performing an operation of precision and having it cut out of you trying to get a divorce. And even if you get the paperwork and it's still, I don't know, it's still one of these tormented experiences. So I wouldn't be too excited about getting married, because if once you hit that 7 year itch and stuff, sometimes things fall apart. And even if that goes to 10 years, sometimes things fall apart also. So, all right. You got, all right. I probably should put my other glasses on so I could see these better. All right. Your central energy for your marriage. I probably need more damn light. Let me get the flashlight going. I got a whole kick operation. Here we go. All right. This is how I got to do this, because I can't barely see. I'm a country girl at heart here. All right. You got the three, the lovers card on there, which is interesting. This talks about self love, disharmony. Well, it was backwards, and imbalance, and misalignment of values and failure. I'm picking up more with you, it's imbalance. And that's why you're not getting married. There's too much of an imbalance right now. And that's surrounded by strength, but that's upside down also when it came up. And this talks about inner strength, self doubt, low energy, raw emotion, and surrender and letting go and seeking help. I'm picking up that you have to have more inner strength, and yours more that you haven't got married is you don't have enough inner strength. Sometimes you got to be able to go solo to be able to be married. And then you got three, the King of Cups. And this just talks about be having a lot of sensitivity and being in well, I don't think your problem's controlling. It says moody, selfish. I think yours more is an unbalance. I think you have to do something more for yourself before you get to that level where they allow you to get married and find this soulmate. Sometimes you gotta be happy and find yourself and be happy all by yourself before you find someone else. That's what I'm getting. Sometimes things like this don't happen until we're happy with ourselves again and you're able to go alone and not think about it. It's just like that washed pot theory. But maybe just balance yourself. Maybe just try to find something that you like to do, something that fulfills your life. And generally, when you're doing that, a soulmate will just come to you. And they just go like, just one day be like, oh my God, you're here. Who are you? And then it's your soulmate. That's what happened to me 3 times. I was doing my own thing trying to run for my soulmate, and my soulmates found me. And sometimes that's how you got to work it. And the more you think about it, the more the universe isn't going to give it to you. This is how the universe is. It could be a bitch. It could be nice. It could be your best friend, or it could be a bitch if you're too eager. So I'm just picking up there's an imbalance and they want you to have more self love and start doing things for yourself independently. That's all I'm getting. But it's okay to do to work on yourself and get nice hobbies and stuff and get to know your inner self. And your inner self is honestly the person is your own spirit guide. I had a prophetic dream, and for the first time, I was actually able to talk to my inner self. I fell asleep for 10 hours, and I've had this dream before, but when I finally had the dream again, I was able to talk to my own spirit guide, and it was a miracle. So maybe ask the universe for that. It could be. People are judgmental, Karan. This is human nature. I run into these judgmental people all day long. These people are just all up in their heads, judgmental. They will call you every name in the book, and they think their shit doesn't stink. They really don't. They're horrible. A lot of people, and the thing is, we all got our flaws. I'm not perfect. I'm grungy. I'll admit it. It is what it is. And some people they don't want to admit these things, and to put people down and makes them feel better. They'll say, "Oh, She's grungy. I'm more fabulous than her. You know, that's how some people are, and I don't know why they're this way, but it's like society's shifting towards these people that are just not humbled. I am very humbled. Yeah, I feel the same way. My husband's not rich. He works hard. He brings home money, but he does love me, and I don't care if he's not rich because money is money. But there's a lot of people in this world after a lot of things, and they come on, and my mom used to call them wolves in sheep's clothing. They tell you one thing, and you just think you have this incredible guy. This was the first husband. You think you have this great guy. Was He used to be a coach for little kids in football and stuff, and he was great. And then we were married for long after 7 years, and he turned into, I don't know, egotistical bastard after a while. And then he just thought his shit didn't stink. So sometimes this happens, and I don't know why society has this, is running this way, but it is. So sometimes it's okay to wait for love, because if you get the wrong person, it's bad. It's bad getting the wrong person. I've gotten the wrong person twice, and I went through a hell of a divorce. It felt like going in open heart surgery. It was terrible. It had to be precise, and we fought about everything, including movies that we bought together. I told him to take all the damn movies, and then he gave me Pretty in Pink. And then we fought over custody. And at that time, our youngest was 10, so he chose to live with his dad for a little bit, and I told him, go live with your dad for a little bit, and I got myself together. And me and my kids have a great relationship. My oldest is 31, the youngest is 21. And I forgave him, even though he's a bastard, I forgave him. And it was like the hardest thing I did. And years later, I want to say 4 years later, I met the husband that I actually get along with that isn't a bastard. So some of these men are wolves in sheep's clothing. So beware. And if you're not getting people right away, maybe it's because the universe is sparing you from some of this heartache that a lot of people go through. So, and I'm just saying this as a friend, because I would have just been single than having to deal with just two people that lied and said they were one way and was a total another way. And maybe it was a lesson for me to learn. I don't know. But this is why I am the way I am. I forgave both of them, and we're just kind of, it's over, and I'm fine with it. But it's a tough thing to go through. It really is. And I don't want you to have to go through that. So maybe just start volunteering somewhere. Maybe an animal shelter, or just try to do something for humanity. Start volunteering for happy things for humanity and all that, and generally maybe that person will just be fall, you'll run right into that person. Generally, as my mom always used to say, birds of a feather flock together. So if you do a good activity where only a humanitarian would be there, you're going to meet other humanitarians, because who else would be at a dog shelter volunteering for free if they weren't a good humanitarian? Just think about that, or just start volunteering at a nursing home or something. The old people love it when people go visit and bring presents or make things or things like that around Christmas time. Bring socks to the 100-year-olds that want to tell everybody off, and just be nice. Do something with the elderly. Every day I'm over with these elderly, getting them batteries for their remotes. I buy all kinds of stuff from Amazon and I give it to them. I buy them tea. I buy them all kinds of things and I have good luck. So I can give you those pointers. The universe loves when you help people and they love when you help animals. And generally, you meet somebody as you're doing these activities that are your life partners. I don't know how this happens, but it does. So, but I'm going to go take me a little break. I'm going to probably eat. And since the husband's going to be gone all night, because he's babysitting his niece and nephew. I'll be back, and it's going to be fun. Me and Sean are going to watch movies. I'm going to be able to get 2, 3 streams in of uninterrupted fun today. Maybe I'll, instead of now they got Frankenstein done, my friend Frankenstein, I'll work on something else. Because I have a lot of Halloween decorations to do. So, but love is good. It really is. But you got to be careful. It's not false love, Karan. And you've been through enough. You have enough scars on your soul. I feel your soul a lot. And you have a lot of scars there. So you just got to learn from your scars and battle wounds. I've learned from my battle wounds a long time ago. And it's rough. So, but I will see you guys probably around 6 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock here, going on 4. So about in 2 hours, I'm gonna come back and I'm in a happy Halloween sketching mood. I'm gonna decide what I want to draw next. I might draw a witch next. I'm thinking about drawing a witch. Because what's Halloween without a good happy witch? So, Frankenstein, and next I'm doing a witch. And thank you for the new subscriptions. Thank you, Synthesized Souls, and I think it's awesome you live in Florida, one of the happiest places on earth. And Karan, thank you for coming in, and I will see you in 2 hours, Karan, and hopefully you too, Synthesized Souls. And on, if you guys are busy and can't come back, then thank you for coming in and have a great day.